as Acumatica consultants, we run into this all the time,
Yeah.
right?
Huh?
Trying to get clean vendor banking details out of generic inquiries.
For sure.
It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
We need all that information, the
Yeah.
account numbers, the beneficiary details, all of it.
Yep.
But Acumatica just puts it all over the place.
In different rows.
Yeah, across multiple rows, it makes analysis a real pain.
It's interesting that this all goes back to how Acumatica handles attributes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, each piece of data, like, it's stored separately, which makes sense for the database, but not so much for us when we need to see the big picture.
Right, exactly. So I was talking with NandaKishore recently.
Oh.
He's an Acumatica consultant.
Okay.
And he's been doing this for like, what, almost 5 years now, I think?
Wow.
And he's worked on over 160 different Acumatica challenges.
Okay.
I mean, this guy's seen it all.
Yeah.
And he had this really smart workaround.
For this banking detail issue.
Exactly.
What'd he do?
It all comes down to detail IDs and grouping inside the generic inquiry.
Oh, detail IDs. I haven't used those in a while.
Yeah, so for those who haven't worked with detail IDs before,
Yeah, how do those work again?
can you give us like a quick breakdown?
Sure. So in Acumatica, every attribute, every single piece of information tied to a record gets its own detail ID.
Okay.
Think of it as a unique label for each data point.
So like in this case for vendor banking,
Right, for vendor banking.
we've got what, like detail ID 1 is the account number,
Exactly. Detail ID 1 is the account number.
2 is the beneficiary name,
Yep.
3 the routing number,
Uh-huh.
4 the bank name, and so on.
Right.
So how does that actually fix the problem?
So NandaKishore, what he did was he made separate columns in the generic inquiry
Okay.
for each of the detail IDs.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, so he pulled each banking detail into its own column.
That's smart.
Yeah.
But we're still stuck with all those extra rows per vendor, aren't we?
Well, that's where the grouping comes in. By grouping everything by the vendor ID, all that separate information gets squeezed into one row.
So we don't have the account number on one row
Right?
and the beneficiary on another.
It's all together.
It's all right there in a single row.
Exactly. Makes
Yeah.
it so much easier to see what's going on.
I love it.
It's a simple trick, but really powerful.
Way easier to analyze the data this way.
For sure.
No more scrolling through endless rows trying to figure out what goes with what.
Exactly.
Love it.
And you know what?
What?
This trick's not just for banking details.
So really.
You can use it anytime you need to, like, wrangle attribute data in Acumatica.
So it's like a universal key
Yeah, kind of.
to unlock cleaner reporting.
It all comes down to
Yeah.
understanding those detail IDs and then using them to get the exact info you need.
This could be a real game changer for other consultants.
Speaking of NandaKishore,
He works with a company called Tiana Solutions.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they help out Acumatica partners and customers.
Oh, wow. So they do it all.
Pretty much implementations, customization, support.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah, they're known for being like real experts.
Okay.
And they're good at solving tough problems.
Nice.
So if anyone listening is hitting a wall with their Acumatica setup,
Or just looking for ways to do things better.
definitely reach out to Tiana Solutions.
Sounds like they could really help.
They just might have the answer you're looking for.
Good to know.
And hey, remember, we're all in this together, right?
The Acumatica community.
Yeah, it's all about sharing what we know,
Absolutely.
helping each other out.
Makes us all stronger.
So keep on experimenting, keep learning,
Uh-huh.
and see what you can discover in Acumatica.
You never know what you might find.
That's right. There's always something new just around the corner.